What's up everyone, Clark Glassford, founder of My Practice Interview, where I help you get hired. And today we're talking about negotiating salary after job offer. I love providing tips to all of my audience that helps you gain that extra bit of money when it comes to getting a new job. You get a little bit more, it makes me beyond happy that I can help get you there. So today's video is all about how you negotiate that salary beyond that job offer. And I want you to listen and watch every step of this video because each step builds on the other. And by the end of this, I will have a script for you to follow to make your life so much easier in terms of being able to write an email for your counteroffer so you can get the salary, benefits, and overall compensation that you deserve. We got to get to it. I hope you're ready. I am. Are you ready? Let's go. So today we're talking about negotiating salary after you get that offer and why it's so important, what the consequences are in terms of what happens if you don't do it, and how to go about doing it in a step-by-step fashion so that you can impress any hiring manager, any recruiter, get the money you want, and land in the job that you love. So today we're talking about getting that salary and why it's important. Well, a recent study just looked at by Fidelity Investment shows that 58%, listen to this, 58% of Americans do not negotiate salary after offer. That's 58%, and we're gonna talk about the consequences as to why that's so important that you do. Here's the thing though, 85% of people who do negotiate salary after offer get what they want. Hold on a second, what do you mean get what they want? Well, maybe they don't get all of what they want, but they get some of what they want. They get some of what they want in terms of salary, in terms of additional benefits, and in terms of overall compensation. That is amazing. So if you're taking anything from this video, it is the fact that 85% who negotiate after they receive that offer get at least a portion of what they asked for. If you don't, you are leaving money, benefits, and compensation on the table. So please, please, please negotiate your salary. Super important. So what are the consequences? Here's the big one. What are the consequences to not negotiating salary? You are leaving money on the table. I just mentioned that. Money, benefits, compensation, flexible benefits, allowances, you name it, you're leaving all of that on the table. So really important that you think about what you're worth, what your value is, and what you want in terms of that entire compensation package so that you can come to the table and renegotiate pieces of that or all of it so you can get what you're looking for out of the job in terms of that compensation piece. Next, in terms of consequences, being treated unfairly. Those who don't negotiate salary always have this feeling in the back of their mind that, you know, did I leave something on the table? What about my colleague over here? Are they making more money than I am? Maybe you find out that they are making more money than you are, and now you're feeling like, you know, this employer actually didn't really negotiate with me in good faith, and they gave so-and-so more money and they paid me less, and now I'm not happy about any of it. Don't do that. That's a direct consequence of not negotiating salary. I don't want you to be in those shoes. I'm going to show you how to avoid that altogether. And then of course, this impacts your future promotional opportunities. What do you mean by that? Well, if you're with that employer and you apply for promotion, promotion's usually based on a percentage salary increase. That's super important. Well, when you start at a certain salary, that 5% increase, well, may not be as much as if it was at a bit of a higher salary. So what you negotiate when you start with that employer has direct impacts over time with the salary you can achieve with that organization. Once you start with that company, you lock into their salary, their compensation structures. So it's important from the beginning that you negotiate in a way that when you walk in the door, you're feeling you're getting paid your worth. So why is it important to negotiate salary? It impacts your benefits, your vacation, any other allowances. We've talked about that. That is a key piece to why you need to negotiate salary. It also creates a very solid impression with the hiring manager or recruiter who you're negotiating that salary with. It creates a solid impression, it creates professionalism, it shows your professionalism, and it actually shows your negotiation skills. So think about that. And the last piece is it has a compounding effect. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, over time, your salary increases, and each year, annually, you're going to get some form of salary increase that shows the impact of it. So, for example, if you start your salary at $50,000 and each year you're receiving a 3 to 5% increase on that salary, that's great. But what if you counteroffered and now you're approved for a salary of $55,000? Well, now that's $55,000 on that 3 to 5% increase. I am not going to do the math for you, but you run the calculation. You can see over time that person who negotiated for $55,000 makes a whole lot more money over time, and that compounds after 5 years, after 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is, that increases significantly, and that is all that money that you left on the table by not doing a counter offer. Okay, so those are the whys and the consequences of not negotiating. So let's talk about the how. How'd you go about negotiating? Start with knowing your worth. Okay, well, how'd you do that? Well, you know your worth by doing your research, understanding what other comparables are out there. So Glassdoor, Salary.com, Payscale.com are all great websites where you can do market research on comparable salaries in comparable industries, so to help you understand what your worth is. When you get there and you understand your worth based on years of experience in other industries, I always recommend you target at least the midpoint of that scale to the high point. And when in doubt, go between that 80 and 85% of that salary range. That's where you want to be targeting. That's a nice safe spot to come back with a counter offer. So use facts. And this is where it becomes really important. There's so much feelings involved in selling. You know, I feel I'm worth this amount of money. That doesn't really work so well, and it doesn't present very well when you're doing a counter offer. So use facts. Make sure as you explain this to an employer, you are explaining, here are the facts. Here's what my research has shown. Here's what my skills and experience demonstrate. Here is why I am worth what I am asking for. That is presenting your counteroffer with facts. And lucky for you, with the script I'm going to give you here, it will show you how to present with facts. Next, negotiate only if you truly want the job. No employer wants to go through a negotiation process if at the end of the day you're like, yeah, not really, I'm not super interested in this employer. That does not present well. What goes around comes around. Industries are small, job circles are small, job communities are small. You want to make sure that you are only negotiating if you truly want that job. So go forward in good faith, negotiate in good faith. If at the beginning you're kind of like, well, I'm not really sure about this job, walk away and keep your search up. You don't want to negotiate with an employer when you have no intention of signing with them. And be clear, the last point here is being clear as to what your walk away point is. Okay, so your walk away point is that point where that employer comes back to you and says, here's our final offer. Here's what we can give you in terms of your salary. And if it's not meeting your expectations, whatever your expectations are, you need to be prepared to walk away. Here's the key thing that I want to leave all of you when it comes to a negotiation and from an employer's perspective. You have gone through a very lengthy recruitment process. That employer has invested a ton of time into that recruitment process and money. So when they have made you an offer, chances are, listen to this, you are the only person they have made that offer to, and there is no plan B. You are the only person that has the ability to make that counteroffer. They haven't given it to anybody else. So you are in a position to negotiate. So make sure you keep that in mind, that you are in that position. Most employers have that in their back pocket, that they're going to make you an offer, and they know there's some room to negotiate because they're expecting that you're going to come back and negotiate. So be clear what your walk away point is, knowing that you are in a position of negotiating strength. Okay, so how do you do it? Well, I've got an example, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen here in a minute, and I'm going to walk you through how you structure an email for a counter proposal. But here are some key things I want you to think about when you build that email, and some key areas that you want to focus on. So starting, make sure you've got a greeting. Hi, Mr. So-and-so. Next, gratitude, saying thank you for the opportunity to be employed with your organization. Present a gratitude type statement. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this. Show the desired salary that you want. Important, obviously, that you have that in your email that shows the desired salary. Make sure you have evidence to support what you're asking. So you want to back up. I want X amount of dollars, and here are the reasons why I feel I am worth that. And then, of course, end it with a thank you. So those are the kind of 5 points you want to build out an email. And of course, lucky for you, I've got this great sample that I'm going to throw up on screen here. You're going to have a look, and we're going to walk through it together. So as you can see, I've broken it down into those 5 sections. So let's go through that, starting with the greeting statement. Hello, Mr. Hiring Manager, Mrs. Hiring Manager. Next, moving on to gratitude. Thank you for offering me the opportunity to join your team at ABC Incorporated. As a whatever the position name is, I'm extremely excited about this role and the opportunity to contribute to your organization's great work. Moving on to stating your desired salary. While I'm thankful for your offer of $45,000, this number doesn't quite meet my salary expectations. Based on my experience and skills, I feel that $50,000 to $60,000 is more appropriate. You can provide a range or you can state a specific amount. Okay, next, go on to evidence. And I've broken this down to 3 evidence areas. You may only have 1, you may have 2, you may have all 3, but hear me out and let's walk through this together. So A, justification for salary using data if possible. So I believe for several reasons. First, market data shows that the average salary for a graphic designer in the Houston area is around $53,000 per year. In my previous role, I earned $50,000 based on my experience. With the increased responsibility of this role, I believe that a slight increase in the offer is appropriate. Second justification for salary expectation. Additionally, I believe that my skills exceed the expectation for this role. Not only am I familiar with various design platforms, but I also have experience leading training on these platforms. I have also worked for 4 years of previous client success as a designer, preparing me to offer your clients exceptional work. The third, C, additional justification for salary expectations. Finally, I believe that I am uniquely suited to help this company flourish. My creative experience involves working with a wide range of clients, which can help me easily adapt to any assignment. I am ready and willing to take ownership of this role using my design experience and leadership abilities to help this team thrive. Facts, facts, facts. You have now presented 3 sets of facts as to why you feel your salary should be higher than what they have offered. You end with a thank you. I believe that I would make an excellent fit within your organization, and I'm looking forward to discovering this matter further over the phone or through email. I greatly appreciate your time and effort and look forward to hearing from you soon. Best, state your name. That is the way you present a counter offer in email with all the facts, all the relevant data to support what you're asking for. It's a great example. I want you to copy, paste it, use it. It will set you up for success to at least gain some of what you're asking for when it comes to salary. As always, be prepared to walk away if they can't come back and match what you want, but this is a way to get a little bit more on your salary so you start off on the right foot with that employer. That's all the time we've got today. I really hope you listened and have enjoyed this salary video to help you get more money. It makes me nothing but happy when I hear back from clients and YouTube subscribers that they have just received a hefty pay increase from that original salary offer that the employer gave based on watching my videos. I love it. I hope you do too. Until next time, we'll see you then.